Namo Namaha. In this video, I'll be explaining the meaning of the last 4 verses of Mahishasuramardini Stotram. If you want to listen to the meaning of the previous verses, then here is the link to the playlist. You will also find the links in the description. These 4 verses are the Phalashruti, that is the shlokas which tell about the benefits you will receive by reciting a particular stotram. But in the case of this stotram, the Phalashruti doesn't tell about the benefits of reciting this stotram, but it tells about the benefits of worshipping Devi in general. Before going into the shlokas, I would request you to subscribe to my channel if you like such content. I also put a lot of Sanskrit related content. Now let's go into the shlokas. Shloka number 18 goes like this. Padakamalam karuna nilaye varivasyati yonudinam sushive ayi kamale kamala nilaye kamala nilayah sakatham na bhavet tava padameva param padamittyanushīlayato mama kim na shive Jaya Jaya He Mahishasuramardini Ramyakapardini Shailasute. If I rearrange the words in this shloka, then understanding the meaning will be much easier. Here is the rearrangement. Ayi Karuna Nilaye Kamale Sushive Kamala Nilaye Yaha Anudinam Padakamalam Varivasyati Katham Saha Kamala Nilayah na bhavet. Meaning, O Karuna Nilaya, which is Karunayaha Nilayaha Yasa, meaning one who is the abode of compassion. Then Kamale is actually Kamala, which while calling becomes Kamale. Kamala refers to goddess Lakshmi. As I had mentioned before, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati are all the different aspects of the same divine feminine. Sushive means the one who is auspicious. As I have mentioned many times before, Shiva means auspicious. Kamala Nilaye is calling Kamala Nilaya, means one who resides in the lotus. Then Yaha Anudinam Padakamalam Varivasyati, the one who worships your lotus feet. Yaha means one who, Anudinam means every day, Padakamalam is lotus feet, Varivasyati means worships. Katham saha Kamala Nilayaha na bhavet. How will he not become Kamala Nilayaha? Katham means how. Saha means he. In the sense, the person who worships Devi's lotus feet daily. Kamala Nilayaha means Kamalayaha Nilayaha Yaha Saha. One who is Lakshmi's residing place. That is, one who is the residence of wealth. Na bhavet means will not become. If you see here, you will see Kamala Nilaye and Kamala Nilayaha. The poet is addressing Devi as Kamala Nilaya, meaning the one who resides in the lotus. Kamala Nilayaha is referring to one who is the residing place for wealth. So Kamala has 2 meanings. One is lotus and the other is Lakshmi. Lakshmi's name is Kamala. So Lakshmi is nothing but well. So poet says, how can the person who worships you daily be not wealthy? How can he not be wealthy? Then next line, Tava padam eva param padam iti anushīlayataha mama kim na. What is impossible for me who constantly thinks that your feet are the highest place. Tava means your, padam means feet, eva is only. Param is highest or supreme. Padam is place. Iti means like this. Anushīlayataha, the one who constantly thinks. Mama, for me, kim na, what will not be? So the poet says, since I am constantly thinking that your feet is the highest state, what is impossible for me? Then Jaya Jaya He Mahishasuramardini Ramyakapardini Shailasute. Which means, O the slayer of Mahishasura, O the daughter of the mountain, O the one with beautiful locks of hair, be victorious, be victorious. Kanakala Satkala Sindhu Jalairanu Sinchati Te Gunaranga Bhuvam भजति स किं न शचीकुचकुम्भतटी परिरम्भसुखानुभवम् तव चरणं शरणं करवाणि न तामरवाणि निवासि शिवम् जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते कनक लसत्कल सिन्धु जलैरनुसिञ्चति. If I have to give you the component words in this compound, then it is Kanaka Lasat Kala Sindhu Jalaihi Anusinchati. Kanaka means gold, Lasat means shining, and Kala means parts. Sindhu means river and Jala means water. Sindhu has many meanings. The meaning of ocean is commonly used for Sindhu, but Sindhu also means rivers. And Anusinchati means sprinkles. So this whole word, Kanaka Lasatkala Sindhu Jalair Anusinchati, is saying the one who washes or sprinkles with waters from various rivers which have shining parts that shine like gold. What does he sprinkle? Te Guna Ranga Bhuvam. Te means your, and Guna Ranga Bhuvam. Ranga Bhuvam means the place of performance of dance or drama. Even now we use the word Ranga Bhumi for stage. What is Devi's stage? It is Guna Ranga Bhuvam, the stage of her various divine qualities. So the first line of the verse is saying that the one who sprinkles waters from various rivers that have shining parts that shine like gold, on Devi's stage he sprinkles, on Devi's stage of divine qualities. I will rearrange the words in the second line for ease of understanding. Kim saha shachikuchakumbhatati parirambha sukhanubhavam na bhajati means, will he not obtain the shachikuchakumbhatati parirambha sukhanubhavam? Now what is this word shachikuchakumbhatati parirambha sukhanubhavam? It is Shachi Kucha Kumbha Tati Parirambha Sukha Anubhavam. Shachi is Lord Indra's wife. Kucha means breasts. And Kumbha means pot. Kucha Kumbha means pot-like breasts. Tati means the sides. Parirambha means embracing or hugging. Sukha Anubhavam is the happy experience. What this line is saying is, will he not get the happy experiencing of embracing the sides of the bosoms of Shachi Devi? Which is actually telling about the one who sprinkles waters from various rivers on Devi's stage of divine qualities. He will definitely get happy experience of embracing the pot-like bosoms of Shachi Devi. This is actually telling that one who nurtures the divine qualities will get Indra Padavi. And Indra Padavi is nothing but the opportunity and the eligibility to enjoy worldly pleasures. Even the demons enjoy worldly pleasures, but why are they killed? You can enjoy worldly pleasures without hurting others. The Devas also enjoy all the pleasures, but they do not hurt or trouble others. In fact, they are always helping the people by showering rain, giving wind, light, etc. Then the third line is Tava Charanam Sharanam Karavani Natamaravani Nivasi Shivam, which if I rearrange for better understanding will be Natamaravani Nivasi Tava Shivam Charanam Sharanam Karavani. Natamaravani is actually Natamaravani, which while calling becomes Natamaravani, short e. If we take the word Natamaravani, then Nata Amaravani. Nataha Amaraha Yasya Isacha Sa Vani. The one to whom the gods bow down to, and she is Vani, which is the other name for goddess Saraswati. Then Nivasi is again while calling out, but the word is Nivasi, which is interpreted as Nitaram Vaste Brahmaswarupam Sa Nivasi, which means one who always covers the Brahmaswarupam is called Nivasi. Nitaram means always, Vaste means cover. Who covers the Brahmaswarupam? It is Maya. We are all Brahmaswarupis only, but we do not realize it because of Maya. Maya is also a manifestation of Devi. Then, Tava Shivam Charanam means your auspicious feet. Sharanam Karavani means I will take refuge in. So this line is saying, O Devi Saraswati, to whom all gods bow down to, O the one who always covers the Brahma Swarupam, I take refuge in your auspicious feet. Overall meaning of the shloka is, the one who sprinkles the gold-like shining water from various rivers on your stage of divine qualities, will he not obtain the happy experience of embracing the sides of pot-like bosoms of Shachi Devi? Which means to say, will he not get all the worldly pleasures? He will get all worldly pleasures. O Saraswati, to whom all gods bow down to, O the one who always covers the Brahmaswarupa, I take refuge in your holy feet. Tava vimalendu kalam vadanendu malam kalayannanukulayate kimu puruhuta purindu mukhi sumukhi bhirasau vimukhi kriyate mamatu matam shivanama-dhane bhavati kripaya kimuna kriyate jaya jaya he mahishasuramardini ramyakapardini shailasute. Tava vimala indu kalam vadana indum alam kalayan anukulayate. Tava means your, vadana indum is vadanam induhu iva, meaning the face that is like the moon. This comparison is done to say how beautiful a face it is. Also, Vimala Indukalam. Vimala means pure and Indukalam refers to the digits of the moon. So, Vimalendu Kalam refers to the face that has the digits of the moon. In many representations of Devi, we see a moon placed on top of her face. That moon will not be a full moon but crescent moon. So, here the poet is saying your face that is as beautiful as the moon and also has the digits of the moon. Tava Vimala Indu Kalam Vadana Indum Kalayan. Kalayan means one who is fixing his attention. So here, one who is fixing his attention on your moon-like face that has the digits of the moon in it. And what will happen to such a person? Alam anukulete means he will be given sufficient luxuries. The next line is Kimu Puruhuta Purindu Mukhi Sumukhi Bhirasau Vimukhi Kriyate, which is Kimu Puruhuta Puri Indu Mukhi Sumukhi Bhihi Asau Vimukhi Kriyate. Here, Puruhuta Puri Indu Mukhi Sumukhi Bhihi is referring to the Apsaras. Puruhuta Puri means Indraloka. Indra is also called Puruhutaha. So, Puruhuta Puri means the city of Indra. Indumukhi is referring to the ones who have moon-like faces. Sumukhi is referring to the ones with beautiful face. So, Puruhuta Purindu Mukhi Sumukhi Bhihi means by the beautiful faced ones of Indraloka. Asau means he. And Vimukhi Kriyate means turn away. Kimu, it's like a question. So, Kimu Puruhuta Purindu Mukhi Sumukhi Bhirasau Vimukhi Kriyate means will he be turned away by the beautiful women of the Indraloka? That means to say that the person who fixes his mind on the beautiful face of Devi will be provided with all luxuries. In some spiritual practices, the practitioner of the path is asked to give up luxuries, but the worshipper of Devi will be blessed with worldly luxuries and of course he will also progress spiritually, no doubt about it. The next line is Mamatu matam Shivanama-dhane bhavati kripaya kimuna kriyate. Mamatu matam means it is my opinion. Shivanama-dhane is actually calling out Shivanama-dhana, which is Shivasya nama eva dhanam yasyaha, which means one for whom Lord Shiva's name is the wealth. Bhavati kripaya is bhavatyaha kripaya, meaning with your grace. Kimuna kriyate means what cannot be done, which means that everything is possible by the grace of Devi. So overall, this shloka means one who is fixing his attention on your moon-like face that has the digits of the moon in it will be provided with sufficient luxury, and will he be ever turned away by the beautiful moon-like faced women of Indraloka? Not at all. It is my belief that by your grace, what is not possible, that is, everything is possible. Ayi mayi deena dayalutaya krupayaiva tvaya bhavitavyamume Ayi jagato janani krupayasi yathasi tathanumitasi rame Yaduchitamatra bhavatyurari kuruta durutapamapa kurume Jaya Jaya He Mahishasuramardini Ramyakapardini Shailasute. If I split the words in the first line, it will be Ayi Mayi Deena Dayalutaya Kripaya Eva Tvaya Bhavitavyam Ume. Ayi is calling out, which is like in English we put Oh. Mayi is in me. Deena Dayalutaya means compassionately, and Kripaya Eva is mercifully only. Tvaya bhavitavyam, you should be. Ume is calling out to Uma, which is another name of Parvati. So here the poet is telling her, you must be compassionate and merciful towards me, O Uma. It might look like the poet is ordering Devi, but with mother you can't take such liberty, isn't it? The next line is Ayi jagato janani kripayasi yathasi tathanumitasi rame, which when split will be Ayi jagataha janani kripaya asi yatha asi tatha anumita asi rame. If I rearrange it, then it will be easier to understand the meaning. Rame, Ayi kripaya jagataha janani asi yatha asi tatha anumita asi. The poet says, O Rame, you are the mother of this world because of your compassion. Kripaya means because of compassion, and Jagataha Janani means mother of the world. Then Yatha Asi Tatha Anumita Asi means you are inferred the way you are. Yatha Asi Tatha means the way you are, the same way, and Anumita Asi, you are inferred. That is, we understand you as the mother of the world, and you actually are the mother of the world. We are inferring her. We have to infer her because we cannot directly see. At least now we cannot directly see. So we have to infer, and we infer you as the mother, and you actually are the mother because of your compassion. The next line is Yaduchitam atra bhavatyurari kuruta durutapamapa kurume, which if I split will be Yat uchitam atra bhavati urari kurutat urutapam apakuru me. Yat uchitam atra means whatever is apt or right here. Bhavati urari kurutat means you accept it. And me urutapam apakurutat, which means remove my great suffering. Me means my, urutapam means great suffering, apakurutat means remove. Then Jaya Jaya He Mahishasuramardini Ramyakapardini Shailasute. And you all know the meaning of this line very well by now. Overall, the meaning of this shloka is, O Uma, you must be compassionate and merciful towards me. O Rama, you are the mother of this world because of your compassion, and you are inferred the way you actually are. Whatever is apt or right here, you accept and remove my great suffering. O the slayer of Mahishasura, O the daughter of the mountain, O the one with beautiful locks of hair, be victorious, be victorious. I hope you all liked this video and also this entire series. This was a tough stotram actually, and at many places I got stuck, but with Devi's grace I was guided to the clear understanding of the meanings. If you want more such videos, then let me know which stotra you want me to take up next in the comments. Also, please do subscribe to my channel. That will help me in growing this channel, and it will help you get notified when I add my next videos. Also, do share this series with interested people. Agrime Chitre Melitasmi Namova.